Welcome to the Burning of the Midnight Amp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, track by track. Today we are looking into "'Tis a Pity She Was a Whore", a song by David Bowie from his very last album, Black Star, from 2016. Please remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to hear other analyses of other songs from this album, and in the future as well, albums and songs by other artists. If you would like to hear the full analysis of the whole album and the other songs of this album, please subscribe to our podcast. And on top of that, if you'd like to hear the full podcast and in addition to that, listen along with us to all the music from this album, then please support us on Patreon. Links and subscriptions are below. My name is Foda.
My name is Tron.
And my name is Chris.
And let's go. So then we have come to the second track on the album, "'Tis a Pity She Was a Whore". And that song was originally released the year before as the B-side of the single "Sue" or "In the Season of Crime". And it was recorded back in 2014 as Bowie's home demo, basically. And that's the song that's the version that was released as the B-side. Bowie recorded or played all the instruments himself, vocals, guitars, tenor saxophone, piano, synthesizer, and a drum machine. Tony Visconti was particularly impressed by Bowie's production skill. He said something like that they had gone up 5,000%. And I thought we could start by listening to that one. Very busy and chaotic.
Extremely. I don't even know what the hell is going on in the beginning.
Hold your mad hands and cry. Tis pity was a whore. Tis my curse, I suppose. That was patrol. That was patrol. This is the war.
This feels a bit to me like listening to speed metal, where my pulse is just racing and racing, and I can't do anything to stop it.
Speed metal.
Yes.
That's not the sense I got, but that's fine.
It's a wonderful opening and a wonderful ending. I'm not sure about the parts in the middle.
It's a very odd song, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it is basically a pop song under there.
Somewhere.
Somewhere under there is a pop song. You have the synths that plays quite conventional chords, but everything else is not. You have the saxophone that's honking there with sort of not. It's in tune, but it's not on time.
And it's speeding up.
There's a
and
piano that does the same.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's speeding up and it's slowing down and it's in intervals. So it's really, I mean, it drives me out of my mind.
And I wonder, I think the song might not have a bass, at least very difficult to hear it. There's like a bass tone in the rhythm, but I'm not sure if it's actually a bass instrument or if it's just a sort of bit thunderous bass drum or what it is. But to me, or at least there isn't any bass lines, at least in there.
No, that is true. It might just be the drums in there.
It's an interesting song, but I have to say I did not enjoy it that much the first time I heard it, except from the opening, which I thought was very cool. And the album version was much better.
Yeah, I think I agree. I was first time I heard it, I was a bit disappointed. It is a song that has grown on me, but I think I would prefer the album version as well.
I really like the album version, but I very rarely listen to the original demo.
Should we have a listen to the album version then?
Sure.
I'd love to.
Man, she punched me like a dude. Hold your bad hands, I cried. 'Tis a pity she was a whore. 'Tis my curse, I suppose. That was patrol. That was patrol. This is the
It is a bit more contained.
In a way, yeah. It also goes a bit crazy in here.
It does.
Black struck the kiss, he kept my cock. Smoke the mistress drifting on. 'Tis a pity 'tis a pity she was a man, she punched me like a dude. Hold your man hands, I cried. 'Tis a pity she was a fool. 'Tis my fate, I suppose. For that was patrol. That was patrol. 'Tis a pity she was a fool.
The song has been described as a propulsive, roaring, heavily electronic wall of sound and a raucous mesh of melody and discord. I think that is pretty accurate description. Bowie's official statement about the song was that he compared it to what rock music might have sounded like if it had been written by vorticists. And I must admit, when I first heard that, I had no clue what vorticism or vorticist was.
It's a British avant-garde movement in the beginning of the last century. I think it started around the First World War. They were influenced by other avant-garde movements from the continent, like Cubism and I would say futurism as well, because it was the sound, the noise. I think the magazine, the British vorticist magazine was called Blast, but short-lived.
So it's a bit like the song would have been
It's a bit like
cut
the
up
song.
and then just collage back together in kind of almost random way.
Yeah, you could hear the early 19th century, 20th century avant-garde ethos in this song. And of course the context of the First World War. He mentions the war in the lyrics. So there's certainly some brutality in the music, but the vocal with it's a sweet little melody with this sweet almost 40s like choir in the background of Bowie, infinite Bowies choiring for himself on top of all this rumbling noise.
Sweet isn't the word that first springs to my mind, but
Cute.
okay, cute.
Cute.
Yeah. Mm.
So it is a kind of yeah, again, certainly not a conventional song. When Bowie was to record the Black Star album, he took the home demo and he sent it to the saxophonist Donny McCaslin before they started working on the album, and He then hired his jazz quartet as the backing band for the album, and they started working on this as the first track, actually, on 5th of January 2015 at the Magic Shop in New York City. And it's in contrast to the home demo where Bowie played all the instruments himself, this is a live backing track with McCaslin on saxophone and Tim Lefebvre on bass and Jason Lindner on keyboard and Mark Juliana on drums. McCaslin has said that the whole take took about 10 minutes and that they probably did it on the first take.
I think the vocal, Bowie's vocal, most of the vocals except one or two were re-recorded, but his call it screams or something in the end of the song, they were
Howling,
from howling, yes, sort of pushing the band on, were from one of the band takes.
And he does sing his vocal style there is also, he does sort of, not necessarily scream, but he sort of really pushes up in the upper register in this song, and that has been mentioned by others as reminiscent of what he did on DJ, for example. Track from 1979, where he kind of does a similar vocal style, one could say.
He certainly doesn't sound like a man who's... it's not a death song at all. It sounds full of life and...
it's a happy song about kind of a violent theme. I mean, there's a woman that he's singing about. She's violent. She punched him like a dude. And treacherous. So she stole his purse.
But that was Control. No, Patrol. Never got that line. Don't know what Patrol is. The lyrics doesn't make literal sense. It's not a apparent...
it's a swirling collage of images, basically.
Yes, I would say so. In contrast to Sue, which is more like a short novella, but also still just in fragments, like he likes it. There's never a straight narrative in Bowie's canon.
But is that in a way which he used to do with Eno, like cutting up these pieces of lyrics and then pasting them back together?
I did it long before Eno. Yeah.
He did long before Eno, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the trick from William S. Burroughs and Brian Geisen doing cut-ups. You could see it in this documentary, Cracked Actor from the Diamond Dogs tour, that he's doing it as far back as Diamond Dogs. But Chris O'Leary, who has this wonderful blog, Pushing Ahead of the Dame, he has pointed out that the title on this track, She's a Whore, is from a British play from 1633 by John Ford. And the plot of this play is very similar to the plot in the song Sue. So in a way, they are connected. They were the A side and B side of the single who came before the album, but they share. One has the title and one has the content, and
is Sue the woman in the song, perhaps?
Yeah. Even though the content of the lyrics don't seem that connected, they could be. But it could be, of course, cut up, and it could be many things. But at least it gives us associations to violence, to war, sexuality.
There are lines that suggest a quite tumultuous relationship between the singer and the woman that he sings about, and that at least is a familiar theme for Bowie. Goes back to songs, the Iggy Pop song China Girl, for example, and Rebel Rebel song with you could say in that context a similar theme at least.
I know you call this song cute and sweet, but I have to say I struggle a lot with this song with both versions.
Both versions.
But I do prefer Bowie's vocal take. I think it's far superior on the album version
Yeah.
than
I agree.
than the home demo.
The home demo is interesting. I mean, it's it's fun to imagine Bowie sitting there and just having a blast, writing this piece of music, sitting there working all by himself. It's a wonderful image to have, but I certainly prefer the album version. It is a bit more contained, maybe not as chaotic as the demo version, but still, it is a superior take, I would say too. Yeah.
And the album version has so many details, little intricacies you can find if you listen to it on headphones. Just so many details you can zoom in on. But the demo version is in Norwegian we would say sound porridge.
Or a sound collage.
Sound collage.
In a way, yeah.
One noise drowns out the other, so they became more similar, and there's not many details left.
No, it's definitely full of energy. And as much as I like this unorthodox instrumentation that is here, I just get these images of screaming seagulls or some noisy droids from Star Wars or something. It's
saxophone could sound like seagulls in the background. That's
Yeah.
true.
I thought of wasps, it's like bzz, 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 buzzing, annoying.
But both of them are
in the
annoying.
beginning.
Yeah.
Both of them are definitely annoying. Yeah, they are.
But it's also the tempo or the tempos that make the song difficult to listen to, because you have to shut out one part. What makes it so difficult is to listen to them put on top of each other.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the speed metal, that
Yeah.
it does the same thing, because it's really a high energy. It's like you're on a train and you can't just jump off. You just have to go along for the ride.
So we could say the same way as Bowie described the song, that this to you sounds as if Bowie would play speed metal.
I think we could say that. But it also reminds me of things that he did on Black Tie, White Noise album.
Yeah,
Looking
there are
for
actually, there are
Yeah.
bits and pieces there that reminds me of that as well. That's
Yeah.
true.
The song punches us like a dude.
It does. So that was Patrol, or at least that was the song. Thank you to all our viewers on our YouTube channel. Please remember to like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and see us next time when we will go through the next track on the album, which is Lazarus. Goodbye.